questa è la finale winner bracket, quindi è il livello massimo europeo. Finalmente, signori, we are fucking ready. BDS G2 è la fottuta risposta di merda. Andiamo a presentare questi giocatori che non hanno bisogno di presentazione. Davanti a voi in questo momento ci sono i migliori 11 giocatori d'Europa. Broken Blade vs Adam, i top laner più forti d'Europa. Yike contro Shio, Caps contro Nuke, questo è un po' unfair però va bene. Ansama contro Ice e ovviamente Mickey X contro Labro. TF non lo vedo da un po', molto interessante. Global Presence contro Orianna, particolare scelta, ma immagino sia viable se lo... Ma l'ha blind piccato? L'ha preso contro Orianna. L'ha preso contro Orianna, giusto. Vai TF, quindi è una pick comp questa, ragazzi. Questa è una pick comp. Qua Poppy pick è letale. La Poppy pick qua è letale, ragazzi. Fortissima qua, ragazzi, sia contro Vai in giungla che contro Kalista in generale. Brand Pico ban ho notato. Bron bannato, quindi potremmo vedere magari un Nauticielo. Qui, ragazzi, abbiamo palese, no? È palese quello che vogliono fare. Abbiamo la mid TF con ulti che voglio andare a matchare. Vogliono draftare 2 winning lane. Come fanno a draftare winning lane da blue side? Come vogliono giocare sto TF, ragazzi? Fatemi notare. Ah, ho capito. Vogliono abusare il fatto che Adam è un imbecille senza macro che gioca full 1v1 e vogliono andare a capitalizzare su Adam. Però TF mid contro Orianna. Jax ban. Jax ban. Non lo gioca il tizio. Blitz ban, ok. Rare pick. Come where is TF going? TF è mid. Hanno giocato TF da altre parti? Cazzo dice il caster? Ho capito, ma gioca di face. Dario sbannato. Ma non è uno splitter TF, ragazzi, no? Cioè, non vince l'1v1 in split. E in sidelane che forza dovrebbe avere un TF che gli toglie la global presence? Perché Rambo? Voglio vedere, ragazzi. Voglio vedere quel TF come viene giocato. Perché non... Probabilmente l'hanno reworkato in un modo che non ho valutato e non ho studiato. Perché ovviamente non potendo giocare devo assolutamente vederlo. Questo è molto interessante sto game. Ragazzi, voglio vedere sta roba. Cioè, qua Poppy Pick può fare. Il Poppy Pick può fare 1v9. Il Taric support, ragazzi. Attenzione, old school. BDS! BDS! Ma vai a cagare. Ragazzi, punto. Allora, draft wise, a meno che TF non tiri uno smurf strano, è hard winning per i BDS. È anche vero che c'è un player gap infinito, ragazzi, di players, però a favore dei G2. Varus contro Kalista la matcha bene. Taric e Liling viene annullato da Lady Varus. La Orianna contro Azir sappiamo come funziona. Orianna broken, ma Azir broken altrettanto e scala, ma va bene uguale. Poppy contro sta roba qua fa 1v9. L'unico è Rumble contro TF che non so valutare. Allora, se player wise vi dico G2, comp wise BDS. Questo è un TFAD top lane. Bene. Voglio vedere quanto abusa TFAD. Mikix non sa come funziona la passiva di Taric. Taric volevo giocarlo, ragazzi, così per il meme da una vita che non lo gioco. Tanto dovrò togliere tutti i champion meccanici quando tornerò a giocare a League, perché ormai sa che terrò solo Brand.
The control over this lane. Yeah, I think definitely you're going to be looking at, look, Hansama can get a little bit of control early just with the fact that Mickey can play very far up. You got the stun that you can try and look for an ice, which has great setup to try and follow up on.
Sì, Taric vai, no, per esempio, ma chi pensa che si usi l'ulti di... ma Ginster, dai la W a vai e mentre vai ingaggia ulti così... Non funziona così l'ulti di Taric, non è che se vai in, allora tu ulti in predict. Non puoi usare un ulti di Taric in predict, devi usare nel timing perfetto. Non si sta giocando a gold.
So he can actually reset and match Adam's reset. Otherwise, I think you're going to fall super far behind. So I am curious to see what Yike's decision making is here. Like, does he feel like BB's just okay to get full control into this top lane matchup without Cheo coming up and he's going to be able to reset himself?
Ciao Lesk, grazie del 21. Attenzione ragazzi che Labrov sta giocando come un minion disavventurato. Ciao Lesk, hai visto che roba? Daniele Scotto, grazie dei 23.
Will be able to get out to safety. Caps and Nuke trading aggressively in mid lane as well. Orianna kind of unsurprisingly taking advantage in the early matchup. Clockwork windup, you know, pretty strong passive, but Caps.
Criselli, da quando c'è Taric tu ci sei sempre, con il martello in mano.
Notice this ward that was dropped on the rafters here from the side of BDS. Our observers are going to highlight it for us now. G2 do know that this is here, but
Criselli, tu che giochi Taric da una vita, che item andrà a fare Mikix? Dimmi la build di Mikix sto game.
They consistently look to try and invade the enemy bot side, and they'll use the push in the bot side of the map to try and put pressure on the enemy jungle. This time, Hansama and Mickey already looking for that early information.
Dampella, grazie dei 6. Oddio, sono un goldino, ora analizzo. Vai a aprirti il game e dimmi.
That he was going into the enemy jungle, and then you see Hansam and Mickey move. So I think that's why you have Lavrov here as well, to just kind of go, wait, are they coming in? What's the plan? But with Hansam and Mickey now showing on bot side, I think they're just going to end up stepping away.
Anche tu con questa domanda, Lucara.
O sei sempre tu. If he really wants to, or contest Scuttle here, the options are there. But I think moving up towards this top side to try and help out BB in these early stages is probably going to be a nice shout.
Looks like Broken Blade went for an early cheetah recall, picking up the... You can actually see the skill order observers highlighting in the bottom left, choosing to put an additional point in E. You usually don't.
È bully lane quindi ragazzi, perché un TFAD ti tratta coi base, ti butta sotto torre a spam. C'è qualcuno che ha trovato TF in solo queue? Sembra interessante ragazzi, sembra molto interessante. Quindi abbiamo una Kalista Varus con Varus che annulla la Kalista, però la Kalista si è messa con un Taric, il che fa outscalare il Varus Rel, perché Taric overscala 1000 volte Rel come champion. Quindi andrà a rendere Ward con la lane phase. Se Rel doveva vincere la lane prima del 6 di Taric, che tira completamente dritto secondo me. Invece Labro ha dato una HP all'1.
For a Shale, where he's get the reset, you just ult back to topside with the Destiny, while also simultaneously revealing everyone on the map as G2 setting up a push on bot. Looks like for a Dragon.
Ulti used primarily just to get back to that top wave, but also, as you highlighted, information gained. They know exactly where everyone is on the map now. Information is power in the early game. And G2, they've managed to get the push in mid as well. Here comes Sheo, though.
Attenzione,
ragazzi. Angle might be able to find Caps. Going to go for the knockback of the wall. Flash forward, just full committing there. Should be an easy, quick kill pickup. Caps now trying to turn that one back. Nuke getting stunned from downtown by Mickey. Nice setup on the target to keep Caps standing. Nuke now going to be in trouble. Spear stacking. Stacking the back of Nuke, but not quite enough to finish the job.
Nuke l'ha tirata a Shockwave.
Mickey now on the chase, flashing for the stun, forcing out the cleanse from Ice. But there should just be a quick turn back. Ice does not go down. BDS able to find the kill. Ice now looking to follow up. G2 overcommitting and getting punished in the process. Caps now trying to style, trying to get a little bit back.
Ma Nuke la Shockwave l'ha tirata. È già al massimo, ragazzi. È già HD.
G2 thought they smelled blood in the water. Ice was getting slowed by the Ocean Dragon attacks, but it's actually just a bait. Cheo's right there. They're able to turn that play around, and Hansama and Caps were just completely nullified at the start of this play.
Hanno smartato su Caps, ragazzi, che ha startato il fight con un HP. Kill su Rel, ragazzi, kill su Varus, molto molto bene. Molto fortunati i VDS ad avere le kill proprio sulla botlane per andare a spingere quella Kalista sotto torre. Un Taric, ragazzi, che va indietro, fidatevi che è pesante da avere in squadra. Molto pesante. Taric fino all'11 non è un campione secondo me in teamfight. Da ulti, ragazzi, è un cooldown troppo alto.
You're like, oh wait, they can't do that.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure the shockwave is down here because I was expecting the
shockwave
right here.
La shockwave era
doesn't get it. Flash for flash. I think Hansama thinks, you know what, I can commit onto the enemy Orianna here, and I should have enough damage to do it, but he just doesn't. Meanwhile, Sheo also getting chipped away. All of the G2 members are at about half HP, but the problem here is that it's easier, I should say.
Diciamo che fightare con un Taric così Early è un po' scam, eh. Diciamo che fightare con un Taric così Early è un po' scam.
Also good recognition of their strengths. With these kind of tankier options like the Rel and Poppy, you do have good upfront burst damage. Yes,
vedi come fai. Sono d'accordo Davix, per il motivo per cui all'11 diventa champion umano, perché comunque ha un cooldown leggermente inferiore, quindi hai dei timing available. Ma dal 6 all'11 è Madonna. È troppo alto il cooldown, ti forza in faccia.
Yike now caught out as well, looking to keep up with Mickey here on the death count as quick pick going to come through on the jungle. Sheo gonna find that one. BDS taking over bottom side of the map.
Great punishment. Just coming off the back, the fact that you got these early kills, and now you're like, cool, we can go for the invade. We got push on mid. You can start to set up control on bot side as well. And if you can try and get these dragon stacking early, like, yes, ADTF is great in the sideline and great in the 1v1, but a TF is still a TF at the end of the day. And if you're coming into a team fight, I'd much rather a Rumble ult than a TF ult any day of the week. So I think BDS,
qual è il timing perfetto per avere di carica? Durante un team fight dipende da quello che sta succedendo, da contro chi sei. Per il messaggio napoletano. Una canzone straordinaria cantata dal buon Lab. Voglio vedere sto Varus forzare però, Anzi, cioè, Taric è un champion così debole secondo me, ragazzi, che potrebbero addirittura giocare aggressivi su di lui, che non ha il flash, cioè, ignorando Kalista e camminando indietro per evitare quella E basic, lo kiteano un attimo, R di Varus, basic, e Taric inizia, è obbligato a turnare perché se scappa via perde per forza. Il problema lo salva il fatto che c'è l'ulti di Kalista.
Both these teams, if you had to look at their weakest points of the course of the split, were usually some of the early games where it got a little bit more questionable. G2 will see if they can turn this one around as we get a little bit further in. Yike on the way down. Mickey and Hansama looking to extend the trade. Marshall poised.
Hanno sentito il profumo, ragazzi, di Yike.
Yike is investing a huge amount of his time to try and get this bot lane ahead. And I don't think that's the wrong play by any means.
No, sulla carta ve l'ho detto, se devo decidere a draft vi dico il BDS per quel poppy pick chi vince da solo. Anche se Taric ulta, c'è l'ultimo Poppy ti porta via, Kalista è annullato in teamfight, Zir è annoiato, Vai l'abbiamo visto già in Corea, Poppy la invade e gli fa 100-0. L'unica cosa, ragazzi, di sta draft è quel TF che non conosco e che non so valutare, e basta. Però posso dirvi che non basta un TF qua per vincere la partita. Se vincono la partita di G2 è perché c'è player gap, basta. Sicuramente non perché hanno la draft migliore.
You're going to do a ton of damage if you're able to play off this top side. Shale, he's actually doing such a really good job.
Però non possiamo star qua a dire bravi i G2 hanno vinto per i player più forti, non funziona così, perché vai al mondiale con sta draft qua, perdi al minuto 20, perdi, no? Sei l'ultima serie 3 se vai al mondiale con sta draft.
BDS try and push this if you do end up going for Void Grubs as G2, but at the moment it looks like he's not interested. He's just like, cool, I'm going to hover around this bot side, contest Raptors on respawn, and make sure that I'm able to keep control of this bot side, so then realistically Hansama and Mickey can't get control here.
Nice trading from Adam.
Yeah, very positive trade from Adam. Overheats, make sure the flamethrower continues. Broken Blade needs a bit of time to get that gold app card out and locked in, but here comes Yike from the shadows, looking for the lockup flash to Sage from Adam, immediately laying down his ult. Broken Blade just staying just on the side, not wanting to walk into the hitbox. But they get the flash and they get the ulti out in exchange for Broken Blade's ghost.
But look at the immediate response from BDS. Sheo.
Cazzo, ma c'ha 400 gold sopra con 7 minion in meno.
Stealing away camps from Yike as well. I love the response. BDS doing a good job of matching all the sorts of pressure that G2 trying to throw at them in the early game.
Yeah, and they just cannot walk forward here. Sheo has so much armor. They do not do anything to that Poppy.
È anche vero che Vai è l'unica lane per cui può giocare quel TFAD a quanto pare, perché bot non ci può andare, mid ancora, ma se si becca il counter gank dalla Poppy è finita. Quindi non può giocare tra mid e bot, meno male. Sì, lo so che TF ti dà i gold in più quando uccidi i minion. Kraken! Ah! Il famoso nuovo Kraken! È così broken, ragazzi. Il famoso nuovo Kraken. Molto interessante sto game.
Honestly, I have less of a problem with the Kalista priority and more so what they paired up with it. The moment that they saw that Poppy, I feel like that their support options became very hamstrung. Like, maybe they wanted to go for things like the Alistair, maybe they wanted to go for the Rakan, like, even if they wanted to prioritize a Nautilus by focusing that Twisted Fate.
Già il caster non capisce un cazzo. Sentite cosa dice il caster. Nel momento in cui i G2 hanno visto Poppy,
I feel like that their support options became very hamstrung. Like, maybe they wanted to go for things like the Alistair, maybe they wanted to go for the Rakan, like,
o non capisco io l'inglese e ha appena detto dopo che hanno preso Poppy magari potevano andare per Alistar, magari per... ma in realtà, ragazzi, o sto capendo male l'inglese, hanno detto che dato che c'è Poppy non possono andare Alistar, non capisco. Ok, non possono andare Alistar Rakan, giusto? O hanno detto altro? O hanno detto che stavano valutando quei pick avrebbero potuto. Ah, ok, allora ho capito male l'inglese, allora bravo.
By focusing that twisted fate, they kind of locked themselves into a position where you could give Adam the answer while also making it
Ha detto che Poppy gli ha segato quei pick, grazie.
Find advantages in the bot side, and right now this Taric, I don't think that it's necessarily doing anything wrong, but it is very difficult for G2 to find advantages and actually win out on these early skirmishes. And BDS happy to chill. They know in terms of scaling, they know they have great team fighting, they know that they can play well around these objectives, and that's why they thrive.
The hard part about being in a deficit like this with the Taric is reactionary Taric ults are trash. You want to be engaging and throwing it down as you're blowing all your cooldowns, so by the time they've got their head on straight and they try to respond, they're not doing any damage to you. If you're getting poked out by Varus and a shockwave comes in, it's already too late to Tarico. You know, the fight is probably already done, and that's going to make it really hard for them to get value.
Secondo me, ragazzi, con Taric all'11 con quel player gap si comeback.
Because already BDS have push mid, push bot, they're going to set up a ton of vision.
Però è molto a favore dei BDS.
Check this essentially as G2 try and get control over this, and that's where BDS are happy. They're just going to try and look for the pick.
Caps caught out here. Dead pass presence trying to make sure you can't get a Kuwait.
Dai, mamma mia, Nuke, ma tira la prima, te lo fai flashare, poi Madonna santa, aveva già fatto la E. Ah no, da Macro.
It's ult for ult though. Where's Broken Blade making his way out to the map? Adam as well. Looks like we're going to have a big brawl around this dragon. Both teams poised and ready to fight.
Ult traded for ult. Immediately engaged now coming out. That's the Taric ultimate. Yikes still standing for now. Good so far. The front line protected. Broken Blade trying to ult.
Looks like we're going to have a big brawl around this dragon. Both teams poised and ready to fight. As well.
RDTF che ha dato vision. Molto bello qua.
Ult traded for ult. Immediately engaged now coming out. That's the Taric ultimate. Yikes still standing for now. Good so far. The front line protected. Broken Blade trying to get some damage down over the wall. G2.
Bello sto modo, bellissimo. La RDTF qua, ragazzi, ha dato visione. 800 gol di vantaggio TF solo per la passiva, è follia.
Looking for poke, trying to see if he can get the chains on towards Yike, but he's got the unstoppable coming through from the ultimate, and he's just able to lock down Ice. So big mistake from the BDS AD carry and costing BDS in that game, or in that fight, I should say.
And now Caps has the overstayed on the side lane here. Lebrov coming in, but just a little bit too late. Adam clears out the wave, and essentially everything is now even when it comes to gold. Crucially, though, when it comes to the itemization department, big lead for Broken Blade individually.
Vuole la torre, ragazzi. Fatti la torre ormai. Fatti la torre!
Speaking of, now caught out here. On the run, the knock up there from Sheo. There's just gotta be no way you get out of this one.
Ma incredibile. Ma scusa, ma quanto ma stiamo scherzando, ma quanto corre?
Always remember the day.
Ma quanto corre TF? Ma è Pistorius contro le gambe! Ma quanto corre TF? Ma è velocissimo TF, what the fuck?
And you'll always remember the day. You almost
Ma è incredibile.
It cost him everything.
Pannocchia, grazie ai 34, come stai?
I think they'll be able to guarantee it, and I want to see it put down in mid. If you can get rid of mid tower, abuse the fact Ice has push against Hansam in the mid lane, it makes it very difficult for you to try and play sides as G2 here. So I think that's why G2 trying to trade this for, hey, we're going to have pressure on bot lane, Yike is going to protect Caps as well, but I wouldn't be surprised to see them transition into this mid play to guarantee mid turret to respond in kind.
And I think G2 transitioning that bot tower into the mid tower at the cost of Herald is an excellent deal for them. Breaking mid tier 1 so crucial. The access they now have to the bot side jungle you can see is significant. They're not going to overplace vision on the bottom side, partially because they don't have wards, but also Dragon's still a pretty decent ways away.
It's crazy how the momentum has shifted. BDS heavily invested their resources
1000 gold sopra TF
to secure that Herald, right? They committed their TP into the bot side, they then transitioned to mid, pushed in mid, gained control over top. G2 saw that and responded by
sbilanciato in una maniera incredibile.
Isolated push the bot side, while the rest of G2 group mid, and because they had early control over that mid wave, they can use their pressure on bot to collapse into mid to guarantee that tower. And now G2 have the gold leads.
Ricordiamo che TF può facilmente ultare lì, quindi è giusto andare a prendere la wave invece di collassare, ma in generale qualunque player avrebbe preferito la wave rispetto a un collasso improbabile. Ma perché hanno preso Rumble contro TF? Cioè Adam è veramente questo, è veramente quasi un problema.
You don't have the tempo advantage, you can't try and play a bunch of side lanes, and it makes it very, very difficult. Now that you're only looking at 2 dragons, you can kind of ignore the next dragon if you really want to with G2 and just look for more of these turrets like they're doing at the moment, and BDS just don't have the pressure on the map or the tempo to match them.
Trying to force something.
Flash to go for the W, the nice block up, instant follow up coming in. Excellent equalizer, clean performance thus far. Broken Blade now running, he's gonna get burnt down. Adam. Good kickoff there by Lebrov. BDS need to get more out of this exchange. They shouldn't. Pile it up and head for the second one.
Grazie Lapo del
Looks like they're going to
messaggio.
continue the siege. I think this is smart. They need to get something back here. Because look at Caps pushing in the bot wave. G2 also sent... Oh, Mickey has the flash. But they sent Hansama to mid.
Sono il tuo main supporter. Tutti i miei viewer sono main supporter. Sono i miei supporter. Tutti i miei viewer dal primo all'ultimo.
They can just turn on to the G2 members as they come in.
Non è che sei più importante degli altri viewer, Claudi.
Only 1840. There's not really anything else for BDS to get here.
The TP from Caps is close.
Ult from Breezy
G2
as well.
shepherding them.
Ciao, ciao Shio, è stato un piacere. E invece Shio è vivo, no, invece è morto, no, invece è vivo, signori. Ammazzate Ada, fallo per me! Dra, grazie dei 26.
Queen goes down to safety, dodges a lot of the initial CC, but now is going to be in trouble as well. Nice shockwave from Nuke! Punishing Broken Blade
Ciao,
for
Broken.
overcommitting.
I mean, the G2 tried to get that fight started. I don't
Cioè,
think they realized
ma ho capito, ma
that
perché è World? Perché è World sta roba?
So, yes, they would get the
700 gold su Azir,
but a little bit of over-aggression
più
there
altra
from
wave.
BB on the Twisted Fate.
Yeah, because honestly, I think that the moment they saw that TP top, the fact that there were 5 people,
Non so,
I think
ragazzi.
G2 could have just disengaged from the fight.
Non so ragazzi, non so. C'hanno 15 anni? No, non hanno 15 anni in base a queste troiate. Parlavo infatti che i New Jeans erano il target sbagliato, Carry era il target giusto. Guardate qua ragazzi, Caps sta recollando, guardate la mappa. Nel momento in cui Orianna tippa, Caps annulla, boom, e va a prendere la torre. Qui ragazzi i G2 dovevano andare back instant. Qua dovevano andare back i G2, perché? Perché hanno chiamato... Nuke è arrivato di TP, Caps l'ha chiamato perché è rimasto. Quindi qui ragazzi era disengage e basta. Era una torre per 0. Invece Broken Blade si dimostra il peggior figlio di Troia di sempre. Cosa che già sapevamo, però non è... Non è una novità, diciamo.
Maybe just not on the same page there and gets punished, so...
No, not on the same page. Guarda, se qualcuno era nella pagina di ultare in mezzo a 4 persone in 4v5 situation, mi sa che, anzi che erano in 3, però vabbè, in 3v5 situation mi sa che sei veramente un imbecille. Se c'è qualcuno in questa pagina me lo dica che viene instant bannato, secco. Un K e 6 di vantaggio sul Caps, by the way.
Look at the amount of G2 members on this top side. They want to make sure that...
Wait.
G2 just going to hard force to the objective
Observers, can we see? Yeah, perfect.
Sapete che non l'ho neanche visto io, si vede che non gioco più a League da un po',
But they have to feel something is up soon. They don't see any G2 members on the map.
How much time are they going to give? To see someone go over the wall? They assume it's just normal.
And there's the Baron gone.
Stolen away.
That's...
And this is one of the things that's incredibly
È finito il game ragazzi, perché Azir possono installare. Intanto i gol qua verranno incrementati ancora. E appena Azir chiude 3 oggetti GG.
No one is playing that can do that.
Avrà un item di vantaggio su Orianna, no? Ha 2 livelli sopra, che in realtà sarà uno in un quarto, uno e mezzo.
All of that was set up, but you talked about how BDS went straight towards the dragon, right? We know their win conditions, playing around these neutrals, forcing these 5v5s. It's obvious, and G2 kind of took advantage of that by sending Hansama top. They also had Mickey in the enemy jungle, and they're telling BDS, we're using the fact that you're going to Dragon to actually control your top side
Macro-wise BDS un po' così ragazzi. Belle invece l'ultimo minuto di G2 è 1 minuto e mezzo dallo stop di Caps e dalla dubbiosa giocata di Broken Blade che faceva veramente schifo. Quella roba lì comunque Caps mi è piaciuto là. Sta quello qua è bellissimo. Ma BDS è veramente
again, this is Azir, and then also 80 Twisted Fate. These are champions who are just going to obliterate objectives.
It's a clever macro move for sure. And it does feel like the BDS are just kind of getting run around the map right now. They're finding good fights. They're punishing the mistakes the G2 make. But when it comes to the map movements, it feels like the G2 are finding a lot of their edges just by playing the map better.
But I think this has been the downfall of BDS even last year and coming into this year. Yes, their team fight has been spectacular. The individual performances have been significantly stronger, but BDS still struggle when it comes to setting up their sidelines correctly, when they need to reset, how they can try and approach the map, and even just getting vision in the right places at the right time.
Well, I think the nature of their comp also kind of forces them to do that, right? Yeah. Like you talked about it in the draft. It's really hard for them to actually match on sides. You've got to rumble on
il punto è che Broken Blade la sta pure trollando la partita, perché non ha fatto niente con TF in 22 minuti.
Is that ideally don't want to be sitting on a side lane, but ideally want to be forcing a 4-1 into then the 5v5.
Cioè vorrei vedere un TF bravo cosa tira fuori. Di vantaggio solo di pressure.
So you can't play outside as effectively, so it's just something that they haven't been incredibly practiced on.
And I think when you look at the identity of G2, you can see how it could be considered a really difficult stylistic matchup for BDS. G2 are playing Twisted Fate top. They played Energizer LeBlanc mid. They're a team who will split you up and never give you a favorable 5v5.
G2 hanno fatto un Nash, ragazzi, ma la loro composizione richiede un attimo di aspettare un altro oggetto su Azir, capito? Quindi l'hanno utilizzato per stallare un secondo, che non possono disaspettare un Orianna con Rabadon, capito? State lì un attimo, si fanno le torri, tanto Azir arriverà con 2k di vantaggio sull'oggetto, quindi figuriamoci. Sanno che quando Azir chiude l'item è un fight vinto.
Twisted Fate currently sitting in the mid lane. 4 members of G2 top. BDS matching in a 4-1.
They're splitting them up. If they ignore the Twisted Fate, he takes towers.
Yeah, and that's the problem. You got to move Ice back here.
Scusami, ma Elena
playing this slow back and forth, and I think a nice call from BDS there to realize that a couple of seconds before that mid wave hit the tower, but now waiting the Conga line is not in mid lane, so you can see BDS starting to slowly move back up towards that top side as well to punish G2. So you're not getting full value out of this Baron in the grand scheme of things. Like, no towers were really taken, and so for BDS, yes, some gold went across, but map pressure wasn't really there for G2.
A 1.5k gold lead for Broken Blades. Bear in mind, he's 0-2.
Potrebbe essere il mio futuro campione quando tornerò su League, ragazzi.
I know, but like that, it's to emphasize the changes.
Sapete cosa farò quando tornerò su League, vero ragazzi? 5 account a ranked to master. Ogni ruolo.
How much gold you can just get on the champ.
I mean, it's just, yeah, it's 1 to 6 gold, and then your crit chance to get another 1 to 6, so it's making money moves.
Yep.
Ridere farai, probabile.
I got a champion for you. Quit chilling.
Sicuramente sono più forti di te, dottore. Anche se gioco adesso.
It reminds me of the Klepto touch. Do you remember?
Yes, we used to have to talk about there was like a Gangplank and an Ezreal on the same team. You're like, guys, it says they're 3k ahead, but they're not 3k ahead. It's fake gold. Fake gold. They have not killed anyone. They have not done anything to earn this. They just, their dad has a hedge fund. I don't know what you want from them.
Now the dragon is spawning in 40 seconds. G2 are trying to get control over mid and bot. They're using that to set up vision control around the enemy jungle, and BDS are slowly being suffocated out. Sheo wants to try and punish G2 as they enter their side of the map. Let's see if we can find something here.
Cap's looking for an angle on the side lane. Right as Adam overheats. Cap's now no way to interrupt the TP, crucially, if Adam wants to commit. But Caps does do a lot of damage. 2.5 items. Adam has to be careful if he wants to go for it. BDS again. A lot of engage tools available. They're trying to just bully their way into the enemy jungle.
I think they're going to try and force it. They're just going to try and play at the map. Make sure that then from this point on, they're just playing for tempo, playing for leads on turrets, and forcing BDS into their side of the map. So when the next dragon comes up, they don't have access to the map to try and make these sort of plays.
Attenzione, Broken Blade!
Dash out safety. Tark stun now coming in for the follow-up. Sheo. Decent chunk
of damage. Broken Blade! Vecchio!
Free sustained damage carries.
C'è la... non voglio più criticare Broken Blade. Magari fa la giocata straordinaria. Magari vince il mondiale da solo. Ok, Azir 3 oggetti, GG. Un oggetto in più di vantaggio, ora devono fightare.
I think what we've learned is that Broken Blade a little fast and loose this game.
He definitely has been. It does feel like his ghost is just up all the time.
Also that he's mostly using it to run away from
questionable plays Caps, sei 2 livelli sopra, sei il miglior mid lane europeo di sempre. Nuke non viene pagato abbastanza. Spero non venga proprio pagato giocare da alcune prestazioni che ho visto.
This is the guy you need to look at.
But I mean, this is what they've done. I mean, now you got 2 level advantage and Rabadon's and he's gone.
There, Adam, you've just got no chance. There's too many soldiers. You're just one man against an empire. Caps now taking him down. G2 immediately started the objective. Sheo and LeBron can try to get into the pit. There's no magic damage there yet, so Sheo can survive for a decent amount of time, but the TP now coming in. Caps is finally going to be here. Sheo.
Lo fa. Il jungler migliore è sempre Yike.
3k getting lower. Varus ultimate there. They'd love to knock a jungler out, but they're taking their time.
Yike il migliore. Boom. Grande. Ice.
Knock a jungler out, but they're taking their time. Papillon not going to connect. Ice.
Ho preso paura. Aspetta, ho paura. Pensavo fosse lo steal. Invece ha ammazzato Mikix. Mi sono cagato in mano. Pensavo fosse Nashor Steel.
Getting lower. Varus ultimate there. They'd love to knock a jungler out, but they're taking their time. Papillon not going to connect. Ice! Varus arrow gets it done.
Volevo vedere il TF, volevo vedere concentrato.
The game put that notification first. So I didn't even look at Mickey's face. I just assumed he's
2K e 3 su TF solo farmando. Cioè, incredibile. 4K tra i mid laner.
happy to not be in my bathroom, happy to be here on the desk. So bear with me in this game one.
But I mean, G2, they get the Baron off the back of that, and Caps
Follia.
18 on the Azir.
Brand su 5 ruoli, tecnicamente potrei farlo. Adam, dai. Ho capito che non c'hai i tuoi pick di merda, ma Dio porco.
G2 just kind of made fun of them on the map.
Broken Blade. Non fa niente Broken Blade. È arrivato lì a fare un cazzo. Ha sbagliato anche target. Cioè, è una roba incredibile Broken Blade. Ma no, Broken Blade. Cioè, non c'è nessun altro in... Che fa, Caps? Non c'è nessun altro in grado di sostituire Broken Blade. Ah, mia, Caps. Ha fatto niente perché ha fatto 1v2 Caps. Caps and Broken Blade, certo. Caps and Broken Blade. Caps and Broken Blade.
They can keep this going. They have the numbers advantage. Broken Blade is still pushing in top lane.
They've got so much pressure. Midwave will be coming shortly as well. It looks like might take a bit of time. I think G2 trying just to end here.
I mean, the only problem is Hansama not the longest range. Callista
Incredibile, Broken Blade ha tirato giù un inibitore, ragazzi. Splitting TF funziona. Perché non prendono? Perché gli europei non prendono top laner coreani o cinesi forti? E perché il cinese non si studia la lingua inglese? Cazzo, che deve dire? Ma almeno i termini da usare in game. Grande Broken Blade, perché stunnare Shio, eh? Con Caps che poteva fare DPS. Volevi fare tu un bel 100-0 ad Adam, eh? Cioè, qua il caster dice Caps and Broken Blade. Ecco cosa ha fatto Broken Blade. Arriva ultando. Qua deve assolutamente andare su Shio. E stun al target sbagliato. Ghosta. Va via. 0 base ha tirato un basic a Rumble. Caps va in. Vediamo Broken Blade. Carta gialla su Labrov. Un applauso a Broken Blade, per favore, signori. Un enorme applauso. Un attimo che sto cadendo perché non ho la ruota. Un applauso a Broken Blade.
And they avoid a fight around the Inferno Drake as well. And earlier we say BDS have this stronger 5v5 with Caps as strong as he is. I don't know if even if they find that 5v5 they can win it.
Boosted Blade, più o meno. BB Boosted Blade ci sta. Nessun coreano cinese avrebbe in Europa. Forse i cinesi dovrebbero passare anche a alle condizioni di vita là in giro, magari anche.
They don't know where BB is in the map right now. He's been hidden from vision. So that's why BDS is a little bit hesitant to just immediately jump on that play.
And I think, again, credit to G2 for navigating the mid-game.
The wave may not survive long enough. Ice on this Barret, you've great ability to just clear out waves like that. So, yes, they got it. Yes, they get pushed, but
l'hai
it's gonna
cancellato.
be a reset coming through.
Map right now because
Lapo, io in realtà lo guarderei, e parlo anche per tutta la chat. Lapo, io guarderei il casting in italiano dei mondiali e tutto quello che è, ma è Kerren il problema. È Kerren, capisci? Cioè, è Kerren che non sa castare. Ho sempre avuto rispetto per il tuo casting. È Kerren, è quella gente lì che non è che ti dragga down.
very dark.
They see Hansama taking their wolves.
You can see that they've mainly just got entry wards right now, and they have to commit this vision just to gaining some access. Now that the Baron is spawned, they're forcing their way in. They don't have that mid-wave control. They use their numbers to force their way through the jungle, and now it becomes this contest over vision once more. Control wards, though, refreshed, being invested by G2 to suffocate BDS, and look at that bot wave stacking up.
E ora?
Trying to answer on the top, but
E ora senza due inibitori?
And that's going to be G2's window to force a fight.
This is where BDS want to try and find that fight, though.
E ora senza due inibitori che fanno i BDS al Nash?
G2 just trying to play off the pushing waves, make sure that BDS actually
come hanno bannato Lapo?
River to get vision, while Adam has to go and deal with that wave. So as soon as they see him, they start up Baron. But this is not going to be a wave that lasts long, yeah.
Nuke Shockwave. Shockwave not going to connect. Cavs finding yet another kill off to the side, and it looks like they're going to be able to return one back. Yikes amidst the entire team. Let's see this damage.
Non hanno risposto.
He has to get it done.
Lotta interna per distruggere il Riot dall'interno. 90% dei ricavi del bot a Terenas.
It
Noi
started
esageriamo
off
adesso.
so well for BDS, but they just couldn't match G2.
Finish dismantling BDS in game 1. BDS a promising start, but could not match G2 in the mid game. Adaptation will be the name of the game as we head into game 2, but this one, first blood in the favor of G2.